City, doesn't it? Funk that. The Mets and Yankees are going to play out at Shea Stadium starting this weekend, June 26th. That'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we have a lot of tickets here to give away, and you can go see them. You can see it with Mike. You can get them like this. What? So call Bernard now, 718-937-6666. You're listening to Two Live Jews, Russ and Steve.
Yeah.
And my main man, the sports doctor, Mike Francesa, and Mad Dog, Chris Russo. They have other tickets. I listen to them once in a while going home. In fact, I listen to them all the time going home. I would never tell them this, but I like them. Sometimes it's interesting.
I listen to them occasionally, not as often.
I mean, if you're just into...
No, it's good.
I want to hear about this.
Sure.
20 minutes after the hour here in the Amateur Morning Program, and Joe Queenan just in. His book is Laugh Out Loud Funny.
Boy,
it's just Laugh Out Loud Funny. His take on, well, that's just not necessary. That's gratuitous. Our friend Andrew Mitchell has a very vibrant relationship going on with old crazy Al.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm. Alan Greenspan, chairman of the
he's just, you know the stories about him. Just an animal.
Well, no, I don't know any stories about him.
You hadn't heard about that? Oh, he's a wild man.
You're out of the loop. Well, how would you know this?
Man. Well, just, I have my sources.
Well, your sources are your sources.
You know that guy, that Bill from White Plains?
Oh, I see. But Alan Greenspan is an animal.
Oh, just crazy. Crazy. Just,
like the Puff Daddy of Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
The chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Absolutely.
Alan Greenspan.
Mm-hmm. There's that other side to wow.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Here's Jason from Columbia, Missouri. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right.
Well, hey, I'm calling for all your listeners in Missouri to put in a kind word for Mark McGuire. I can understand where you're coming from, but we see a little different here.
Okay, explain it to me.
Well, he's obviously hitting home runs, and that's getting all the attention, but he doesn't want to be the focus of the attention. He wants the team to be a team. He doesn't want to be, just Mr. Home Run and get all the glory.
Right.
So he probably could lighten up a little, but...
yeah, he could, that's all.
Yeah.
He needs to lighten up.
So you agree with the Iron Man, then?
So in other words, you agree with me.
Well...
To a degree.
To a degree, I guess I could say. I mean, the team hadn't been playing well the last couple of weeks. They're doing a little bit better, so maybe that'll help him calm down a little.
I mean, it's not cancer or brain surgery or anything else. This guy's playing baseball, hitting home runs, and everybody's interested. Why not just talk to him?
Yeah, well, hopefully now
not a big deal.
With Sosa doing good for Chicago, maybe all the attention will go over there. And
how many home runs does Mr. McGuire have?
He has 33 right now.
33?
Yeah.
And how many does the other guy have?
30, yeah.
Okay.
Best I heard.
So they're both likely to break the deal, right?
Yeah, and then Griffey over in the American League, he's coming along.
Well, how many does he have?
Last I heard he had 27 or 28, I think.
Okay. Here's Barry from Arlington, Virginia on line 3. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning, Imus. I bet Howard Kurtz really appreciates you calling him a little weenie.
He is a little weenie.
Hey, why doesn't NBC send Stone Phillips over to China? They just signed him to a new contract for $5 million a year.
They did.
Yeah. I was calling about the...
Stone Phillips, like it's unbelievable.
About this year 2000 computer problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big thing for Al Gore.
Sure.
And the shorthand for the year 2000 problem is Y2K. I thought we could maybe print up some bumper stickers that say, Al Gore, the real Y2K problem.
Bad idea.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah. Hey, does Charles ever take any time off when you're there?
No.
I was just asking us. Thinking maybe I could come up and fill in for him sometime.
Well, you're going to have to do better than one bumper sticker deal. You'd have to crank out some serious material.
You swallow?
Well, Chuck and I go way back.
That's very nice.
He used to do this little the thing on NBC that we ran on a station I used to work for years ago. In fact, I've got a tape in my closet at home from some kind of album called...
Oh, no,
Ah,
you
just
come.
play
No,
it.
please. Save it.
Did you hear this morning's Radio Bermuda broadcast was all about Fort St. Catherine, the mighty fort.
And now, Imus in the morning, 2024, with Mark Reed.
The 1-1 pitch, off speed, hit the other way, deep to left. Back goes Surhoff, going back, reaching up, makes the catch. The ball game is over. And the Orioles have taken the opening game of the series here at Camden Yards.
Orioles beat the Mets. Good morning. Mike Breen with sports. Gary Cohen the call on the Fan in New York. This sportscast sponsored by Hackensack University Medical Center. Mets lose a game, but they gain a player. Yes, they dropped a 7-2 decision to the Birds as Mike Mussina pitched a beauty. But there was good news. Bill Pulsifer returned to action. Pitched last night in relief, trying to come back from serious arm problems over the past several years. And he was a guest on the Mets radio pregame show with host Ed Coleman.
Tell you what, you got to be a little bit surprised that you're here at Camden Yards with the team.
I'm definitely surprised, but first things first, I'd like to say hello to a good friend of mine, Alcoholic.
Oh, man. That's a...
No, I heard about that, so I have to give you a little bit. But
That's okay.
That's all right. Maybe he wants to kill him.
God, taunting and drunk. That's so nice.
I mean, if you've got nitwit baseball players making fun of you.
Hey, Ed, who's Dick Hurts?
Oh, brother.
Hi to my friend Pat McGroin.
Poor Win.
That's a good one.
I mean, who's dumber than baseball players? Hockey players, maybe, right? Maybe.
I don't know.
It's a toss-up.
Pretty close.
You get them wolfing on you, maybe.
It's horrible.
Humiliating. Half
good.
over season, too.
Dodgers lost their first game under the new regime, beaten by Anaheim last night. Glenn Hoffman's their new manager. Tommy Lasorda is the new general manager. Lasorda is not fazed by just one loss.
Yeah, well,
he says he's ready to tackle his new responsibilities.
I will do whatever they want me to do, and I will do whatever they ask me to do.
Attaboy, Tommy.
Okay.
Florida. Helping out the Dodgers get back on top.
Well,
shoot
stop
yourself. At least he has fun all the time.
what's there not that? What's there? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, there's nobody who I know who does not like Tommy Lasorda.
Absolutely. I don't know anyone either.
No.
No. I mean, speaking of having fun to see Fräulein Graf back on the courts, the grass courts, that is, at Wimbledon. Steffi had not been at Wimbledon recently because of injury problems.
Let me see if I understand this right. I gave Michelle $50 this morning for a blueberry muffin and orange juice and a bagel, and she brings me back $28.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Things are going up.
Yeah, thanks for breakfast, Boston.
Did I buy breakfast for everybody? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
What a guy.
Now she's trying to break the $50. You don't have any smaller bills.
No.
She has trouble breaking it.
All right,
so
now
you-
she is in fear.
So this is not my change?
Well, you're entitled to a little more.
You're getting more.
As
Yeah, you got
as
more
she gets
coming. You got more coming, babe. You got more coming.
When did we think we might inform me of that?
Well, we weren't gonna, but seeing how you caught it, might as well tell you you're gonna get it back.
You're telling me the place we buy stuff from can't break a $50 bill?
Well, at first thing in the morning, they claim that they cannot. Man, it ain't easy being the Iron Man, I swear to God.
Come on.
You know,
Hello?
damn it.
We can't break a $50 bill.
At that hour.
A 1 hour? What
Well,
the?
that can be tough.
7 o'clock.
These
Oh,
things
come
happen
on.
in real life.
Just open up.
Please.
That's right. Normal people don't have to deal with this.
But Michelle is not a thief.
Nobody was suggesting she was.
That we know of.
I'm just sort of wondering why it costs $22 for a blueberry muffin and orange juice and a bagel.
Only the best for the Ironman.
Back to Wimbledon, Steffi Graf hadn't been there because of injuries, but she won her first match yesterday and answered a plethora of personal questions from the media afterwards, including whether she had thoughts about retirement.
A couple times. Yeah. A couple of occasions where it has been really difficult. Yeah.
Steffi, when was the last time you had sex?
7 or 8 weeks ago. That was the last time.
7 weeks.
What a waste.
Wow. Steffi, man, turn.
Was that a real question, Breen? Who was that guy? Was that you, Breen? Or was that Bill from my place? It's weird, huh?
But it's good to have her back.
We could just say anything.
You just sit there.
Just thinking about his change.
How much more change do I have coming?
Did I take it or what?
Let's see, I gave her 50 and I wanted a bagel.
I want my change now.
Nobody rips off the Ironman. Where's my damn change?
Where's my effing change now?
Michelle? It's coming, right? Efforting it. Oh, that's good.
Let's figure this out, though. Blueberry muffin about $1.25, right?
Yeah.
Bagel $1, $25. What else, Jeff?
That was it.
Orange juice.
Orange juice
Yeah,
$1.50, so that's $3.70, about $3.75.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're short a good $10.
She gave the guy a nice tip.
Unbelievable.
Imus in the morning, Here now on the Imus in the Morning program, another excerpt from the Bill Clinton Diaries.
Dear Diary, that nerdy little doofus Matt Drudge may actually end up being responsible for my reconsidering censorship on the internet. I don't know how he got the story about me and Dick Morris and our menage a four party line. We discovered a new meaning for the terms desk job and phone sex. As you know, Diary, I've got quite a long-distance trunk line. Well, one day I was in my office with Monica, and as usual, she was on my extension, when all of a sudden, I got the urge to give Dick Morris a call in New York. He answers the phone and tells me that, coincidentally, at that very moment, he's got Sherry Rollins doing the same damn thing to him. She's playing a tune on his French horn while we're on the horn. Well, we stayed on the blower, giving each other a blow-by-blow account. Hey, Dick, is yours worth 10 cents a minute? Until both our lines went dead. Talk about you're getting busy signals. I shouldn't be so frivolous about it all, though, Diary, because since this whole Monica buzz started, Hillary's cut me off. And with these latest leaks, I'm still not completely off the hook. Talk to you later. Bubba.
And over now from the Archdiocese, with a FedEx envelope stuck on his head, is John Cardinal O'Connor. Good morning, Cardinal O'Connor.
Good morning, Nicole, please.
What happened to your voice there?
Let me just say what most people were thinking during the State of the Union last night, Mr. Lamar.
Yes?
Where's the beef, be Jesus? Yeah, that just schmuck you.
Where's the beef?
Has the I-Man heard anything about the president and Sonny Bono's widow?
No, we haven't.
Bloody disgrace we hit on her during the State of the Union last night, Mr. Lamar.
Come on.
So I wonder he didn't just whip out the first member and start wiggling at her, be Jesus. Oh, he damn near did. The winning numbers in New York State Lottery is as follows.
Good, what are they?
Let's get this time, Mr. Lamar.
What are the numbers?
Besides Frank Rich, how's New York's most famous Clinton apologist making out today? WUOFOB, wrinkle up old friend of Bill's, be Jesus. What the hell are you trying to do? Get your flea-bitten bugle boy carcass buried in Arlington National Cemetery, be Jesus. God forbid you. Shame on you, Mr. Lamar. The only difference between the I-Man and Monica Lewinsky is that Clinton doesn't owe Imus a dry cleaning bill, be Jesus. You butt-sniffing sleazebag, you.
I don't think butt-sniffing sleazebag.
The daily number.
What is the daily number?
We just say this, Mr. Lamar.
What's the daily number?
What do you expect when you put white trash in the White House, be Jesus?
Well,
now we know what that great sucking sound was that Ross Perot kept hearing, be Jesus. Bill Clinton could be the first president to be literally blown out of office, be Jesus, if you know what I mean, you filthy skunk, you. The win for number.
What are they?
Let's get this time, Mr. Lamar.
Well, no numbers.
What's up with poor Hillary going on TV with that bubblehead Matt Lauer to defend Bill?
You leave Matt alone.
Isn't that a little bit like Ronald Reagan speaking out on John Hinckley's behalf, be Jesus? Makes you wonder. That'd be insane, be Jesus. The picture.
What?
Let's get this, Mr. Marr.
Yeah.
You seen Jeff Greenfield on CNN, the Clinton News Network, Mr. Marr?
Yes.
Little out of place, isn't he? Talking to the likes of Bernard Shaw and Judy Woodruff, Dumb and Dumber, be Jesus, beneath him. Like Luciano Pavarotti, singing with the butthole surface or some damn thing. Some things you don't do for money, Mr. Marr?
I know. I had thought of that.
Which doesn't belong and why?
Oh, I like this. My favorite part. Which doesn't belong
Which doesn't belong and why?
All right.
Before we get to that, Mr. Marr.
Yeah, what happened to the numbers, by the way?
Glad to hear Senator Lieberman believes Bill Clinton. I have a great one in an old Volkswagen I'd like to sell him, I tell you that. Which doesn't belong and why?
Which doesn't belong and why?
A, the taxpayer.
Oh, the taxpayer.
B, Republicans.
B, Republicans.
C, Monica Lewinsky. Which doesn't belong and why?
I'd say Republicans. No, I'd say the taxpayer.
Probably the taxpayer.
Wrong, you two-legged seaman saying you be Jesus.
Oh, come on here.
Well, for years, Clinton's been giving all three the shaft.
Yeah.
The answer is B, Republicans don't belong because unlike the other two, in the Republicans, leaves a bad taste in their mouth, Jesus. I tell you that, you schmuck you.
What was the end?
What? The Republicans doesn't belong because unlike the other two, in the Republicans, it leaves a bad taste in their mouths. Getting the shaft, you schmuck you. Go ahead. Where's your intern?
John Cardinal O'Connor.
What are you dressed out?
Here on the Imus in the Morning program, and something that makes no sense.
I got to straighten this out. I got to think about that a while.
Didn't make any sense, did it?
Let's go over it again, you schmuck you.
Okay, good.
All right.
Which doesn't belong and why?
Which doesn't belong and why?
Bloody retard. A, the taxpayer.
A, the taxpayer.
B, Republicans.
B, Republicans.
C, Monica Lewinsky. Which doesn't belong and why?
I would say B, the Republicans.
Jesus, you start like it.
Monica Lewinsky.
All right, Monica Lewinsky.
Put you in any summit. Wrong, you two-legged seaman.
Okay.
Well, for years, Clinton's been giving all three the shaft.
Yeah.
The answer is B, Republicans don't belong because unlike the other two, in the Republicans, it leaves a bad taste in their mouth, be Jesus.
I just don't get it, do you?
That's the problem. You don't get it, you schmuck you. Big Clinton apologist that you are.
Just say amen and forget it.
Amen. Thank you very much, John Cardinal O'Connor.
Ask you this, Mr. Marr.
No, you're not going to ask me anything.
You're going to see that K-fan tonight.
Yes, I am, I think.
Remember poor Malcolm X's widow, Betty Shabazz, burned to death by her own grandson. Any truth to the rumor that Paul Simon plans to make a little musical out of that, Mr. Marr?
I don't know.
You light up my life or some damn thing.
I don't know what he
You're
plans
sick.
to do.
Is a paid political announcement. Here now, the senior senator from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Honorable Edward M. Kennedy.
Yes, that's right. She's some intern at the White House. The story is she could suck a dead gopher through a garden hose.
Sir.
I need her name.
Sir, Senator, we're on the air.
Excuse me. Yes, indeed. Just discussing an irrigation project for the constituent. Let's move forward.
Sure.
Hello, this is Ted Kennedy. I come before you this morning as an elder statesman of the Democratic Party with a heavy heart. I am announcing today that I am formally departing from President Clinton, his legal counsel, and various advisors over the matter before him of Paula Corbin Jones. This has been a difficult decision for me and was only reached after long and troublesome deliberation. Could I, at this point in time, ask for a little something to fortify me for the arduous message I have to deliver here today?
Do you want a back rub?
No. A little shivers, perhaps. 3 fingers, no ice. Thank you. Now then, what was I talking about?
Paula Corbin Jones.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. I am regrettably in a state of breach with my president over the litigation in which he finds himself now for 2 reasons. One, it is my view that no American shall be above the law. We must underscore that principle. 2, I, Ted Kennedy, have, throughout a long and distinguished career of public service, been a constant champion of women's rights, standing by them in good times and standing by them when they were foundering and in danger of going down for the 3rd time. Let me correct that wording immediately. Both the phrase going down and the context in which I used it, drowning, were unfortunate. One suggests the sexual overture with which the president is accused. The other suggests the homicidal overture with which I was once accused when, during a Clinton-like beach bimbo bacchanal, I drove a young lass to drink.
Sir, to correct the record, you drove a young lass into the drink.
You recall the episode your way, I shall recall it mine. Be that as it may, now that I have had ample opportunity to review all of the facts of the case, Jones versus Clinton, and especially now that the torch has been passed from the big-haired floozy Paula to the new, softer, more feminine Paula, I am compelled to make the following assertion. Ask not what transpired between Ms. Jones and Mr. Clinton in that Little Rock hotel room. Ask, rather, if I can get in on it. For while she still doesn't make my knees knock, there is the matter of the nose that could open canned hams. She has a heartbeat and normal body temperature, which is all that's necessary to qualify as a Kennedy woman. Yes, I am on your side, Paula, in your struggle against the Oral Office and the Predator of the United States. Thank you. Did you get that intern babe's name? Oh, and this drink is watery, by the way.
Your drink's what, Senator?
Watery. The damn ice is melted. It's watery. It needs it. Oh, mother...
And here now on line 4 is Dennis from Boston.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Guess who popped up on Boston television last night?
I don't know.
Your brother.
Really?
Yes.
How did that happen?
He was with Barnacle doing Barnacle's show, Chronicle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when's he going to wash your Jeep?
When's he going to do what?
Wash your Jeep.
What was the matter with my Jeep?
It was filthy.
Oh, well, I don't know.
There are a lot of homosexuals in Santa Fe.
Are there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going out there, but I've got reservations now.
Well, that shouldn't... Well, I mean, I go out there all the time. That shouldn't preclude you from going out there.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I was in San Francisco one time in the early 70s when the gays were making their presence known. And I was talking to a fire captain. He says, you wouldn't believe the strange things that happen when they come on the police and fire department. You know?
Yeah.
He said they got a call at the firehouse. Engines all went down to the fire. He got down there, he was checking it out. He went into the area, and he saw these two firemen. They were in what you might call a compromising position.
It's just going to be some idiotic, stupid joke, Dennis.
This is a true story.
No.
Come on, man.
Go ahead.
So the fire captain yelled at him, hey, what are you guys doing? And the fireman yelled back. He said, I'm trying to revive him, Lieutenant. And he says, that's not how you do it. You're supposed to use mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Fireman says, I know. That's how it all started.
Pretty good, Dennis.
You heard that before?
I hadn't heard it.
You're an idiot. Jesus, God almighty.
I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, gonna try with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends.
Copyright 1998, CBS Radio. All rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN, Westwood One Entertainment, and Archer Daniel... I'm sorry. This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule, an indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled this station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume tomorrow morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
This is the 50,000-watt clear channel voice of the Mets, Jets, Knicks, Rangers, and St. John. The Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. This is John Minko.
That game,
Gray skies are cloudy, and that's what's happening. This is John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN, New York.
Well, good morning to you, and how you be? It's 10:04 and 15 seconds on a Tuesday morning on the Fan, New York City. The sweater was Salzburg off today. Instead, the big house, Kurt Menefee, and Steve Summers here and you there. Joel Kramer, the Gosher Kid.
First, the Fan, WFAN.
Talking with Joe Queen.
When I went to see Tony Orlando, the performers have all had it. They're finished.
Yeah.
But the audiences are all finished. They're 100 years old. They all get off these tour buses. It's all really old women and really old men, and the men do not want to be there. And you can just see it on their faces. They fought the Second World War. They were at Corregidor. They were at the Bataan Death March. They were at the Battle of the Bulge. And they don't want to be in Branson to see Tony Orlando sing Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree. And you can just see it.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
The Osmond Brothers Theater in the room as you're waiting to go in.
Sure.
That is the scariest place I've ever been in my life. You look up, there's Vicki Lawrence, there's Ricardo Montalban, there's Sammy, there's Dr. Joyce Brothers, there's Hervé Vilches, there's Chuck Connors, there's Tim Conway, and you realize you're in the Temple of Doom. You're in the Star Chamber of the Temple of Doom of the Trilateral Commission of Suck.
Imus in the morning on the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon at 1 o'clock. This is John Minko, and tonight at the station,
ESPN Stewart's Dog. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's like a mad dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em, turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? The Mike and the Mad Dog Radio program for a Tuesday in New York. Good to have you with us today on the 23rd day of June, 1998. 718-937-6666. Kind of shaky weather outside today, but it's good to be indoors doing a talk show for you with Chris Carlin and Joan Chin. Good afternoon there, Michael. How are you?
I'm fine, dog, after a big night at Yankee Stadium.
Detroit whacked St. Louis 8-1. WNBA last night, New York Liberty win at home over Cleveland 59-57. And that's sports. I'm Mike Breen.
Good. Let me, what I forgot to do was but I'm not going to forget now. It was the business report sponsored by the New York Stock Exchange. Here on line 2 is Bill from Winchester, Kentucky. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, Imus, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hey, great. Can you tell me something about myself by just listening to my voice here?
Yes, I can.
What can you tell me?
That you have been, I see that you have been trying to contact someone, and you have been unsuccessfully trying to contact him. Is that right?
Yes, you. I've been trying to contact you for months. I'm one of these people who get on your show and get on the phone.
Somebody in your family.
Somebody in the family.
Some friend of yours?
Yes, I've been having trouble contacting a sister for about 2 years. Right.
I'll rest my case.
I'm not dead. I'm alive.
And I have the victory. I am victorious. What are you telling me? I'm telling you the God you worship is not in a tomb. I'm telling you he's not on a cross. I'm telling you he is seated on the right hand of the Father.
Imus in the morning.
Good weather, baby.
Getting jiggy with it.
Getting jiggy with it. Raise the roof, y'all.
Way back when I was governor of Arkansas, had a little best of the Excelsior. State troopers would bring the fresh meat to me, just like there was a pizza delivery. There was one who really turned up my thermostat. Thought I'd treat her like groceries in Baghdad. She was margarine and thought she was a higher price bread. Didn't bang her though she could have used a bag for her head. But for a while I got down with Miss America, and I defiled the crown because I was boning her. With a swimsuit, heels, and libido, she won the talent competition in my limo. And the nightclub singer with the fine-looking tush used to plant my seed in that flower's bush. I actually made her think that we'd walk down the aisle. Just one of the little tricks of the Slick Willie style. Maybe because I'm president, all my wiener's just a little bit bent. But you can call me Tricky Dick, the way I have to beat the babes off with a stick. Chuck up another notch as I put another lady's hand on my crotch. And cover up the whole thing with denial. That's what I call Slick Willie style. Hot tamale named Dolly taught the golden rule, getting jolly on her back way back in high school. Used to like to study her biology. She got high marks in everything but chastity. Went cruising with Susan when she was still cute. Now she choosing to cruise in an orange jumpsuit. A Jones for my jammy and what I deliver. But before she give me up, she'd rather go up the river. This Slick Willie style make the ladies all swoon. I just don't know why Hillary is immune, cause even a widow will forget me not. Hubby wasn't cold for I got the girl hot in the Oval Office for a midday grope. Grabbed her on the butt, tried to help the girl cope. Made her forget her troubles for a while, working up a sweat with my Slick Willie style. Maybe cause I'm president, all my wiener's just a little bit bent. But you can call me Tricky Dick, the way I have to beat the babes off with a stick. Chuck up another notch as I put another lady's hand on my crotch. Cover up the whole thing with denial. That's what I call Slick Willie style. Intern's first day when she walked through the door. Didn't remember ever coming across her face before. I had no Viagra aphrodisiac, but I was packing more wood than a lumberjack. Asked what it would take for her to go with me, and she said she loved music and poetry. So I read her a Shakespeare sonnet while she got my saxophone and put her lips on it. She was just a little older than a juvenile, but turned the girl into a woman with my Slick Willie style. Maybe cause I'm president, all my wiener's just a little bit bent. But you can call me Tricky Dick, the way I have to beat the babes off with a stick. Chuck up another notch as I put another lady's hand on my crotch. Cover up the whole thing with denial. That's what I call Slick Willie style.
Slick Willie getting jiggy with it. It's 23 after the hour, and I am Imus-June. Well, something bizarre, according to Bernard, happened with Keith Olbermann. Something's weird with this guy. Now, you got to understand he's our guy.
Oh, sure.
You know, so
we're trying to help.
We're trying to help him, but he's clearly unhappy doing the show he's doing on MSNBC, which is no longer the big show with Keith Olbermann, which is what it was intended to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's now White House in Crisis, in which each evening is devoted to dissecting this bogus obstruction of justice. The most award-winning brand of 4x4s has done it again. This time it's Jeep Grand Cherokee.
WNEW-FM is being brought to you by Bell Atlantic Corridor Service. Dial 1010 NJB and save on calls between New Jersey and the 5 boroughs. Now, you know how it works. Wednesdays, middle of the work week, middle of the record. Do you know what record has this right smack dab in the middle? So get right. And the number is 212-757-1027. Of a record, listen up. Hey, good morning, it's Dave at WNEW. Who's this?
That's Mike Flynn.
Come on, Mike, name that tune.
That's John Caffey and the Beaver Brown Band, Darkside.
Yeah, we thought it was kind of tough. But you got it. John Cafferty's On the Dark Side from Eddie and the Cruisers.
That's it.
Where you from, Mike?
Long Beach.
Long Beach?
Long Island.
Long Beach, New York. Very good. Mike, be the DJ. Introduce the song.
Next on WNEW is John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band with Darkside.
It is 9 minutes till the hour, and I am Imus-June. Frank is always good, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yep. Love it. Well, here's Elaine from Manhattan on line 4. Good morning, Elaine.
Morning, how are you?
I'm all right.
You are a better voice reader than you may realize. If you remember the man who called in to volunteer to go to the ranch, he was from a town called Sydney, New York.
It's right next to Greene, New York.
Exactly.
Yeah, I knew that.
You knew that?
Well,
You had a map.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't know whether you did or not. I come from that part of the country, and when I heard that, I was quite surprised.
Well, you know, we wanted to get the fat guy who talks to dead people. Do you believe he does that?
Probably
Come
not. I mean, he's probably just another Jerry Springer.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's just like me reading voices. It's just absolutely. Although I do think that there are things I can well, some people I hear their voices and I can tell things about them, but other people I can't.
It's the one thing you can, if you hear someone's voice, you can never ever tell what they look like until you see them. There's no clue from someone's voice what they are like visually.
I can tell if a person's fat.
How fat am I?
Pretty fat.
How about 5'8", 110?
Idiot.
I think you better go back to other professions.
Yeah, like the railroad.
You're going to be fat.
I'm 55, so I don't think so.
You know a fat person.
No, I don't like fat people.
You know, that's what I was saying, that you don't like fat people. I knew there was fat there someplace.
Correct. You got it. Don't like fat people, don't like smokers.
How long ago did your husband pass away?
Actually, he is married. He is remarried to a woman whom you once.
When's the last time you talked with him?
3 or 4 days ago.
Well, better give him a call. Could be just recent. I see.
I had enough of that. It was good while it lasted.
Well, you know, you got this Viagra now, so maybe things are perked up around there.
Well, he's got a new wife. His
he
new
does?
wife is the fox who was the Lupicus friend.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. So best to you. Have a great day.
I'm not finished talking with you.
All right.
Not so fast.
I was trying to give you a graceful.
His throw is cut off. The throw to third is not in time. It's a 2-run base hit for Chipper Jones, and the Braves now take a 6-1 lead.
Braves beat the Yanks of the Bronx. Good morning, Mike Greenwood Sports. John Sterling to call WABC. An impressive road win, playing in the hostile Yankee Stadium, facing the undefeated El Duque. Braves walloped the Yanks 7-2.
That sounds like something you take in the bathroom, El Duque.
But the two teams will have it again tonight. This time, however, the Braves will be in their own ballpark in Atlanta. They go back home again. Home on their own turf. Home in their own city. Home in their own homes. I guess you could say home on the range.
Please.
Go home.
Home on the range. And that reminds me of a song.
I hope you can sing it in 30 seconds.
He's building a home where the cattle will roam to retire with Deidre and Fred. The kids will all see what a jerk he can be, and soon they will all wish him dead. Think I should go on, or should I stop?
No, because we don't have a lot of time, and it's stupid anyway.
It is?
And you're stupid.
You think so?
Yes, go have an automobile accident.
You don't mean
No,
that?
I don't mean
You
that.
love me.
Hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. Imus in the morning.
By now, you must be all aware of the countless reasons to... This is Delbert McGlynn.
I was raised around barrooms, Friday night dancing, singing them old country songs. Yeah, half the time in the nook someplace I don't belong. Imus in the morning.
Hello, are you?
I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Daddy. Daddy, when you call me out. Call me. Imus in the morning.
It was nothing short of amazing.
Oh, yeah, I talked to him.
It's a nice guy, seems like, isn't he?
Very nice guy. Very nice. If you catch him at home, he's all right. He doesn't answer that phone too often.
No.
He don't like to talk.
Well, we've tried to call him, and...
Did you ever get him?
No. Did we ever get a hold of him?
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
Yeah. He's
But,
always out somewhere. He's either down Florida visiting his kid, or he goes up to Cape Maine or something.
But here a while back, a month or so ago, I was doing this charity thing, and he sent me a check and nice little note from him and his wife, and then I never, we haven't ever talked to him or anything. We tried to get him. We had him on the show one time, Did you ever hear that record that Meatloaf did, Paradise by the...
Paradise, yeah.
I guess Phil got tricked into that, so...
That's what he said.
He says he got tricked into it, but he did such a good job on that. You would wonder... Well, he has... Did you tell me he has a golf tournament, and then you have one as well?
September 14th, well, mine just got rained out, so we changed it back to August 14th, August 11th. Now we got it.
And you play?
Yeah, I stand on a par 3-hole. The guy beats me. I sign an autograph ball for him.
Are you any good, or?
Some days I am, and some days I do a lot of this charity thing. I go all over the country for golf, and it's good. You get to meet some of the ball players you haven't seen in a little while. That's why I like to go up to the Hall of Fame, like the end of July. The Hall of Fame. We have our own golf tournament, and we have a lot of fun.
We're gonna go all the way tonight. 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 We're gonna go all the way tonight.
Well, I heard you talking about that Meatloaf album, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. And that Meatloaf tricked me into that.
Oh, he did?
No. But anyway, he said, okay, meet me at the studio. We go to the studio. So I do this thing, and I kept saying, why is every play a close play? What is going on?
Okay, here we go. We got a real pressure cooker going here. 2 down, nobody on, no score, bottom of 9. There's the windup, and there it is, a line shot up the middle. Look at him go. This boy can really fly. He's rounding first and really turning it on now. He's not letting up at all. He's going to drive to second. The ball is bobbled out center, and here comes the throw, and what a throw. He's going to slide in head first. Here he comes. He's out. No, wait, safe at second base. This kid really makes things happen out there. Batter steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and he's going, and what a jump he's got. He's trying for third. Here's the throw, and in the dirt, safe at third. Holy cow, stolen base. Taking a pretty big lead out there, almost daring him to try and pick him off. Pitcher glances over, winds up, and it's bunted down the third base line. The suicide squeeze is on. Here he comes. Squeeze play is going to be close. Here's the throw. Here's the play at the plate. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it.
We finished doing it, and I finally got what he was doing. That hookup, I can't believe it. You should have seen the mail I got from the priests and the nuns and the school teachers and the mothers. And oh, geez.
Imus in the morning.
You know, I think Yogi Berra said, I'm got to thinking about that. Breen was in there trying to give me the document of going back to Yankee Stadium, but he shouldn't go back.
There's a principled man.
No, he shouldn't go back to hell. He's right. So I'd be disappointed if he did go back, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to go back.
No,
he's not going to go back, and I don't blame him. Good for him. I should be more like that, instead of giving in these people all the time, shouldn't I?
Exactly. Come on.
Hey, did you hear today's Radio Bermuda broadcast? It was all about, well, some people I don't, for some people who I'm genuinely torqued off at, I don't acquiesce. Who? Well, I can't think of anybody.
Does one come to
mind?
Al
Gore. There are people who couldn't get on this program. I'd never put on this program.
But you've banned people for life who now appear on the program.
Well, yes, but it's not a genuine, legitimate hatred like George Will or somebody I really just genuinely despise. There's a phony bow tie wearing weasel. Excuse me.
All right.
Hey, did you hear it? Go to Bermuda. Call Connie. Bermuda's a summer island. What does that mean, It means it's about 81 or 2 degrees there during the summertime. And it's a beautiful island, 2 hours from New York City, any airport in New York City. Right off the Carolina coast, you can call Connie McCord at 1-888-TRIP, TRIP 007. Call Connie McCord, 1-888-TRIP 007. And Connie will hook you up with a trip to Bermuda that you will love to death. Did they get anybody out there to work for him, by the way?
Not yet, no.
Anyway, so Connie's looking to book trips and hire some people. 1-888-TRIP 007. You'll be in heaven. Joseph Aboud's out with the Joseph Aboud watch collection. For centuries, pocket watches have been the province of princes and poets. You'll gather yourself and we'll get back to it. Now, over from the Archdiocese, here on the Imus and Wayne program, is John Cardinal O'Connor. Good morning, Cardinal O'Connor.
Good morning to God, lad. Hello, Mr. Martin. No, it's a great thing listening to you drone on about the ranch and all its attendant bull shenanigans.
What scared me there? God.
I did think of two things listening to you, Mr. Martin. First, I thought of cutting off both my ears, be Jesus.
Yeah.
That happened. Second, I thought it'd be great to bring this story to primetime television, Mr. Martin. Be an inspirational thing. Be sort of like that Angel show on CBS. Be about the eye man who goes about life doing good deeds for sick kids in the community.
Yeah.
We'd call it Touched by an A-hole.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Martin.
Yeah.
And you and Mrs. Imus being pregnant with a baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
You have any idea how it happened, Mr. Martin? What are you going to name the boy? Lyle or Eric? Jesus. Take their numbers of the fellas.
In the morning.
Clean shower. It's new and available now. What that means to you is that you'll never have to clean your shower again. Simple as that. Clean shower is what it's called. It's not some new improved product. Clean shower is new. There's never been a product like it. It's not a shower cleaner. It's clean.
Imus in the morning.
All right, here now with observation and comment on headline issues of the day. Imus and Washington's senior political analyst, the late Richard M. Nixon.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. And please, let's not turn this into an exercise in insipidness like that insufferable new Saturday morning news program on CBS. Mr. Imus in the morning. Did you see the inaugural outing of Susan Molinari and Russ Mitchell?
No.
And who the heck is Russ Mitchell? Who knows? But I'll bet you remember Ms. Molinari, the young lady who delivered the Republican convention keynote address, the one that sounded like a cross between the worst high school valedictorian speech ever concocted and my cousin Vinny. Well, man, things have not gotten any better in the time intervening. Jesus. In the first place, haven't we got enough perky, plucky pixies with grating grins leering into our mornings? Yes, we do. But now here's another one, and one who has no experience in front of a camera. Great idea. I mean, no experience in that kind of a setting.
Yeah.
Who knows about other cameras in other circumstances, eh? Huh? So anyway, here's this former Mercy member of Congress, Molinari, sitting opposite some psychotically vapid doofus, this Mitchell fellow, doing the same worn-out bits you've seen a billion times. Sampling food with B-list celebrities, blathering on about a low-pressure system over Iowa, and informing America that it should be gaga over the new movie, The Game. And this is all happening on a set that they had to have gotten from IKEA. I mean, Mother Teresa's final resting place in the floor of a Calcutta convent looked better. 2 moments I'll remember, and many I'll forget. First, when co-anchor Mitchell reached over and patted Susan's thigh in some sort of a good luck gesture, I guess. But one found oneself hoping that we were right on the verge of a moment that would wind up with Russ having to submit his penis for mugshots one day. And then, the most memorable moment and the lamest, when Mitchell closed the show by asking Susan if she'd enjoyed herself. She chirped that she really had. And then, as God is my witness, she whirled to the camera with her face wreathed in history's phoniest grin and shouted, "Newt, I'm not coming back." I just had a vision of the speaker sitting in the audience with a syringe full of heroin poised over a vein in case she had said that she was coming back. Can you imagine being married to that blabberbutt?
No.
Vibrating like a crack baby and refusing to shut up? Jesus, no wonder her husband, poor old Bill Paxton, made an idiot out of himself trying to screw Newt. He'd been rendered crazy by her. Oh, speaking of that, as my time expires, I do. Another Republican nut in the headlines. Ambassador boy, Bill Weld, finally, mercifully, giving up this moronic crusade to be a diplomat. You talk about a guy who just imploded, JD, loses the Senate election, quits as governor, loses ambassador appointment, torques off Jesse Helms in the process, of all people, and emerges from it all with a national standing that makes Fife Symington look electable. Oh, it's not going to be Weld for president, but rather Weld for resident of a nut farm. Ouch! Harsh but very accurate picture revealed in the Dick Scope today, Dono, by Dick Nixon, who himself made it, somehow, to the presidency of the United States.
You know, the thing that's amazing here about this, I don't know how to even describe it, this painting that Abood came up with, is, you know, he's a lovely guy.
The
but
best.
you would think that he'd have some, he's known me for quite a while.
Yeah, he'd know you.
You think he'd have some clue then it's not the question of whether he's well-intentioned or not.
No,
of course he is.
Certainly he is.
But it's just, he's written this letter that is just so sappy that is just beyond. There's no way to even...
But what did... Oh, well.
Well, I just can't even get into it.
You really can't.
He's going to have a great day today.
No.
You can't get into
Poor
it.
guy.
There's just no way to... There's just no way to... Well, he writes, as I have come to know your father and the wonderful work he has done, I believe... No, you don't know. No, you haven't come to know anything. They think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
This is a letter...
Just
an accompanying letter to Wyatt.
Yes.
Accompanying this charcoal...
Sweet. Oh, well, it's not sweet. But yes, it is sweet.
It is sweet.
Yes, it is. But it's just...
But it's
so...
It's... Well, it just is. It's cloying.
It makes you uncomfortable. It makes your skin crawl, doesn't it?
It's cringe time.
It's like the worst of the Jerry Lewis telethon. Isn't it?
That's perfect.
It's the worst of Kathy Lee Gifford talking about the Cody House or whatever. Yeah. It's just the worst of that. I feel bad now, having just But what else could we have said? What we could have said? How could I? Well, let's try to learn from this. How could I have handled this better? Because we like Joe.
You could have simply
said what?
Graciously accepted the whole thing, and then put it, back there like in that hallway that goes back to where all the.
And not humiliate him.
In the closet with 10,000 other things.
You could have just said that's. Thank you.
Thank you.
You didn't have to go on about how lovely I do. You just could have said thank you, Joseph.
Well, but he wouldn't have seen it if he ever. He's one of the acre owners. So at some point he'll visit the ranch in New Mexico, and he'll see that it's not there.
I have it at home.
That's letting him down gently.
Yeah.
That would be
rather than. But I mean,
you idiot, you moron! This is repulsive.
But it's too late now. I mean,
all right. Well, I'm trying to learn from this.
Well, that's what you should have done. I guess in retrospect.
Well, what if he just said, "Well, did you give the?
Did you give what?
Would you give this to Wyatt?" And I said, "No." Well, are you going to? Why do you can't lie, can you?
Well, I don't think he would have. You could have.
He wouldn't have followed up with it.
No, he wouldn't have followed up. No. You could have said, "Thank you. I
Thanks
really appreciate it." And that's it.
Get him back in here.
He's probably on the 59th. Oh, he's still here.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
He's in his car crying right now.
Not only that. Not only he won't leave. He won't leave.
Here we go. Continue to bludgeon the poor guy.
No. Get him back in here.
Okay, great.
Get him back in here.
Right on.
Get him in.
Did you see what I'm saying? Because the chances are he wouldn't have followed up, and that would have been the end of it.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Then we'll talk to Joe.
I have a black belt in
Brady
karate.
Sports.
Now, people, Imus in the Morning, 2020 Sports with Mark Breen.
Final divisional game for the Jets. Looks like they'll finish 2-6 in the AFC East, and O'Donnell is sacked.
O'Donnell a gunner with the New York Jets.
Here we go.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Still not good.
Other end.
Other end.
Both ends. There you go.
Hey, there we go. Still like that hum, though? We'll pass that one over here.
Sounds like Laura Ingram's bedroom.
Jesus, God. We just don't need that. That's not what we're looking for here. Oh, John McConnor with the Jets.
Hey, you know, Joe, this watch will be great for timing contractions, Charles.
There you go.
Sure, see?
The Joseph Abboud jumbled number watch.
Jumbled number.
Go ahead, Breen.
Big news from the NFL today concerning the Jets. An afternoon press conference has been scheduled to announce the signing of quarterback Vinny Testaverde. And that signing will apparently end the Jet career of Neil O'Donnell, who angered Coach Bill Parcells by refusing to take a pay cut. Those two did not always get along last year. However, Parcells would not elaborate on his reasons for this move.
I'm not telling you what my thinking was. I told you I thought I'd do what was best. I'm not going to explain it, tell you what the process was or anything else.
There you go. Testaverde will be brought in as a backup to Glenn Foley.
Great attitude.
But will get his share of snaps and most likely starts this season.
Right. What is he angry about, by the way?
He can't walk in handicapped spots anymore because we put the spotlight on him.
That's the problem. Mike Breen continues. You see, but here's my point about Abboud.
What?
He would pester you to death about where you were going to hang it.
Well,
and then if it wasn't, wouldn't he?
Well, the two ways, as Bernard said, we'll find a nice spot for it. Or you could say that if he sees it's not at the ranch or not at your house, you could say it's the other place. You like it so much, you take it back and forth.
But you see, it creates so much stress because you're put in a position of having to lie. But isn't it more important that he learns something from this than me?
Oh, I think he's learned a lot.
It's much more important that he doesn't go buy some cheesy piece or have some other. Put a cheesy piece of velvet art.
I learned my lesson today. I should have given a gift certificate.
No, you should have just
written a check.
Nothing.
Better.
That would have been much better.
But not art.
This is what you were talking about the other day when you said you had something made for Wyatt?
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
You bastard. See, I thought Wyatt was getting a neat little Joseph Abboud outfit, which would have been great.
Well, we can do little cashmere jackets and little cashmere bibs, that's what...
No, we got this hideous.
I did learn a lesson.
Anyway, go ahead, Breen.
I'll have to wait for the microphone to go back in this high-tech studio.
Mike and Joe are sharing the mic.
Come on.
WNBA. Liberty beat the Rockers 59-57. Liberty looked exhausted down the stretch, but received the winning shot with 5 seconds left from Kim Hampton, who said she gave the team a motivational message during their last timeout.
You sang, "Walk together, children. Don't you get weary."
And they just had enough to finish up the game. While the Liberty rejoiced, the Rockers were rocked. And center Janice Braxton ripped her teammates for wilting under the pressure.
Yeah, definitely. Nobody wants to step forward, Little balls. Little bitty balls.
Just
baby balls.
Strong words from the young woman.
Just beyond. It's just beyond. I mean, I can't even describe how idiotic it is.
That's sports.
Right.
Mike Breen.
Just get it.
I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright. And I pity any boy who isn't me tonight. See the pretty boy in the mirror there. Looking at the attractive guy be. Such a pretty face, such a pretty star. Such a pretty me, baby. I'm concerned and enchanted. Feel like a running and dancing for joy. For I'm in love like a pretty, wonderful boy. Shut up. Imus in the morning.
Hello, you have the reservation.
We want it burned. Here now, Imus in Washington, Senior Military Affairs Analyst, the late General George S. Patton.
At ease, as you were, kids. I have a positive dispatch to share with you girls this morning. There is about to be a war.
Hey, hooray! Woo!
At ease, at ease.
Do you lads know who the combatants will be? Yes, soldier?
Sir, Albanian separatists and Serbs in Kosovo, sir.
No, boys, as entertaining as that would be, the knockdown, drag-out, fangs sunk in jugular war I'm talking about is the one that's about to break out between Madeleine Albright and Richard Holbrooke, Secretary of State versus Ambassador-designate to the UN. Two people who, by comparison, make the relationship between O.J. and Nicole look downright amicable. Private, give me a Bryn Hartman lights out on the illumination in here and set up the overhead projector. Very well. Somebody call forensics, and let's move on. Slide one, Private. Can somebody identify this individual?
Easy, sir. That's Yoda, the misshapen troll from the Star Wars trilogy, sir.
An understandable error. This, in fact, is Albright, Madeleine, State Secretary of U.S., and sworn blood enemy of, slide two, Private, this individual. Anybody make this out?
Sir, the nondescript face that could belong to anybody. The owlish turtle shell glasses, the standard issue suit, tie, briefcase. Looks like a nobody, a loser, I'd say, sir.
Good job studying your briefing papers, soldier, because this is a loser. Holbrooke Richard, born 24 April 41, and died, at least professionally, June 1898, the day Bill Clinton named the poor sap ambassador to the United Nations, or as the position is formally designated, Chief Jump. Nobody ever woke up one day and suddenly said, I want to be ambassador to the UN. Nobody. And especially Holbrooke Albert Charles Richard. What Holbrooke Richard said was, I want to be Secretary of State. But what has ensued here, people, is that he is not Secretary of State, but indeed now subservient to the Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright, who already hated him nearly as much as he hated her. So now we face the heaven-sent prospect of, first time she orders him to do something, and he tells her to go commit that well-known, biologically impossible act with herself, there will be an explosion that'll make an Indian underground A-bomb test look like somebody farted under the covers. What's Holbrooke ever done, by the way? Gave away the Balkans in those Dayton Peace Accords, that's what, allowing Slobodan Milosevic not only to clean out the Muslim population of Serbia, but allowing him to now do the same damn thing in Kosovo. So he is perfect for the UN, an agency dedicated to the cessation of war that never stopped one damn war anyplace. We adore this loser, boys. And, besides the prospect of hand-to-hand combat with dick-slamming Madeleine, we even have the potential of collateral activity, with Holbrooke having to send out search parties for wife number 3, who's been known to go AWOL now and again, if you get my drift. Bottom line, steel pots and flak jackets, lads. Somebody could lose limbs before this baby's over. My God, I love it so. Thank you for your attention. That is all.
Imus! Copyright 1998, CBS Radio, all rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN and Westwood One Entertainment, whoever the hell they are.
This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule, an indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled this station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume tomorrow morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning, 10 o'clock. This is John Minko, the Jets and News Conference Station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
And good morning, everybody. Russ Salzberg with you here on this Wednesday morning, the 24th day of June, 1998. The number, as always, is 718-937-6666. And, as always, seated to my right, my partner, Steve Summers. It is the sweater and the schmoozer.
Echinacea and egg cream.
On Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. Like, again, it's like don't hold it against him because he happened to be a free agent at the right time when the Jets needed a quarterback and had to pay for it because, that's the nature of the business we're in. Anyway, that's a wrap on today. Our thanks to Fast Eddie, Davening Dove, Minko, Susan Waldman, you the fans till tomorrow. Sweater and the schmoozer. Bye-bye, so long, and farewell.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan, WFAN.
fun to open up an archaeological excavation on the ranch, so long as they are properly instructed and supervised, the kids could participate.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's another great way for these kids to have fun out there. You can't, as much as Deirdre and I and Fred would like to work them to death.
Like he's exploiting cheap labor himself. Here's a shovel. Child labor. Get busy.
So he's got the same idea that I do.
But I'm tired. You don't look so bad. Here's a shovel.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Dan Rather's the managing editor and the anchor of the CBS Evening News. And here he is now. Good morning, Mr. Rather.
Good morning, Iman. How you doing?
I was talking to Andrea Mitchell, who covers the State Department for NBC News. We often talk to Miss Mitchell when she's home, and we keep trying to get her to put her husband, Alan Greenspan, Crazy Al as we call him, Chairman of the Federal Reserve, on the phone. But so far we've been unable to get her to do that. But
well, that doesn't surprise me a whole lot. Alan Greenspan, he hasn't remained in that job as long as he has by getting on the telephone. Talking to the Iman.
In the morning on the fan, Sports Radio 66,
WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon, 1 o'clock. This is John Minko.
Bam, back in the...
John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
It's Mike and the Mad Dog live from the Cadillac NFL Golf Classic. Brought to you by your Cadillac Tri-Statesman and Garden State Brickface. Here on the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em, turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? The Mike and the Mad Dog radio program live from the Cadillac Golf Classic out here in New Jersey at the Montclair Country Club. Good to have you with us. We're here at 6 o'clock today. Lots going on. We sort of walked into a firestorm with this New York Jets situation. We'll get to that in the course of the afternoon. A lot of the quarterbacks, of course. A little baseball. Good afternoon now, Michael. How are you?
I'm fine, Doc.
And a very surreal...
all of them.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Did you hear this morning's Radio Bermuda broadcast? It was about...
In the morning.
A boot makes gorgeous clothes.
Look what he's got on.
This painting is about 24 by 40 inches. It is so absolutely
Can we get a vote on this?
dreadfully... No!
What is the portrait of Lyle and Eric Menendez?
Describe it, would you, Charles?
Well, it is a rear view of the Iman, taken from the bank.
Just
he has some kind of a jacket on. I guess it's a four-corner jacket. There's a halo hovering over his cowboy hat, and he has huge, touched by an angel wings.
It is hideous. And you thought, I'm being honest with you, it
You are so
hideous.
cruel. It's a rave review.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
What did you think I was going to do?
I thought it'd be great for Wyatt to put it in his room.
What are you, nuts? What's wrong with you?
Get in, mulling over. Maybe we can find a place at the ranch.
No. It is.
It's wretched.
It's wretched.
I must say, it looks like something they wouldn't even sell in a Stuckey's gift shop somewhere.
You know, he's absolutely right.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you.
That's roadside art.
That is roadside art.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
All right, 20 minutes to the hour here in the Imus-June program. If you're into photography as I am, you know that choosing different lenses for different photographs than that.
Wait.
Shocking trade in the NBA. Good morning, Mike Greenwood Sports. This sportscast sponsored by your local Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. The New York Knicks have traded their captain, Charles Oakley. The Oak Man shipped to Canada to the Toronto Raptors along with a draft pick for 6'11" forward Marcus Camby. The Oak Man was asked, why did the Knicks trade him?
Why? I don't know.
A sad day.
I don't know.
The Oak Man is gone. But now the team has a bright young up-and-coming star in Marcus Camby, 10 years younger than the aging Oakley, twice as fast as the slow-foot Oakley. Well of a deal for the Knicks. Yes, my friends, this could signal the championship. Another trade. Laker executives having a few laughs this morning. Remember Nick Van Exel giving them headaches in recent years, fighting with the coach, pushing the ref? So they traded him to Denver. Van Exel goes from Shaq and the talented Lakers to the hapless Denver Nuggets.
Oh, that's horrible.
Enjoy next season, Nick. NBA draft last night. Clippers had the number 1 pick. They selected 7'1" center Michael Olowokandi from Pacific. Big fight tonight. James Buster Douglas, former heavyweight champ, the guy who beat Tyson when Tyson was undefeated, against Lou Savarese, who I believe used to be affiliated with Bo Dietl early in his career. The fight will take place at Foxwoods Casino.
I think Bo used to manage him, right?
Something like that.
Or
Used to sleep with him, I
Or
believe.
some weird situation, by the way.
He went to Harvard with him. They were roommates at Yale.
Buster weighed in at 242 pounds. Don't look at me.
What are you doing? I'm got a mouthful of bacon. Start talking.
Pick up the slack.
Come on here, you
He
moron.
had about 150 pounds less than his last fight. On the undercard, Julio Cesar Chavez, who fights Willie Pep in a battle of aging former champions.
I'm Willie Pep.
Baseball, Shea Stadium last night. Woman walks out to sing the anthem. Halfway through, she stops, says, "I can't do this," and walks off the field.
What?
Crowd goes nuts, booing the woman. Actually happened last night at Shea. Baseball, Mark McGwire, another home run, number 34. Cards
Sounds
lost.
like a Keith Olbermann deal, doesn't it?
No kidding. What was that?
Cards lost.
He had a goatee?
Keith Olbermann delivered a commencement address at Cornell. Right?
Yes, he did.
Now we know what's wrong, and that he's apparently he's upset at having to conduct this idiotic program he does every night, which I agree with him, by the way. White House in Crisis, in which he interviews various morons about the Ken Starr investigation. It's just the whole thing is pointless.
Hey, it gets ratings. It's a job. You do it.
In fact, he had Dick Armey on last night, who's just the biggest phony on the planet, Dick Armey. Remember when Dick tried to stab Newt Gingrich in the back, and then that fat, gutless weasel Armey wouldn't own up to it. Got caught, and then claimed he went home and was praying all day with his wife about what to do about it. He's just a horrid person.
Weasel politician.
So Army's on Olbermann last night, telling him how pointless it is to conduct these kinds of programs. You know, focusing on this Ken Starr investigation when nobody cares and nobody does care.
Yeah.
And we know Olbermann agrees, and so if Olbermann had any guts, he'd just refuse to do it. That's all. He just said, "I'm not going to do it."
Certainly. Go on and do something else.
Just say that's it. I'm not going to do any more of these shows. Tonight I'm going to do the show that I want to do, and if that's not acceptable, then get somebody else to do it.
Absolutely.
But according to this address he gave at Cornell, which was painful to even read.
Sniveling.
Sniveling, self-absorbed, tortuous address at which he was revealing all of his various problems with having to deal with his moral compass and all of that, and revealing how he breaks down in tears when he thinks about the hideous, horrible job he has, because remember he left ESPN. He got fed up with the Sports Center thing, I guess. I don't know.
Well.
That he's
It makes Dan Rattle look.
I mean, really, it's just it's beyond a network Howard Beale deal. It's just it's one of those kinds of situations. Only nobody's watching, other than us. But so
Waiting for the crash.
And then the guy, he obviously can't commit to anything. He shaved his goatee off, and we thought the goatee was a pretty hip thing. You know,
It was work for me, for crying
it was
out loud.
kind of a step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
On the edge a little. Yeah,
Sure.
So, but
You know, he looked.
Or maybe that wasn't our position.
Well, no. I mean, he looked plugged in. He looked like, you know, he was happening.
He was cool. He did look happening.
Come on.
Not like all the others.
It set himself apart a little bit. It really did.
Right.
Not a follower.
Apparently what happened over there, somebody at MSNBC ordered him to shave it off.
Well, I would have refused. Come on.
It was just coming in nice, too.
Yeah.
It really was. It was looking good, wasn't it?
Maybe it was giving Angelak's thighs a rash.
I don't think that's, well.
Mike Breen continues.
Mark McGuire hit number 34 last night. Cardinals lost to the Indians 14-3. In another at-bat, McGuire lost his cool with an umpire on a called strike. And a reporter after the game politely asked him about the incident.
Is that what we're going to do? We're going to talk about every time? What, I lose my cool one time? We're going to talk about it? Huh? Is that what we're going to do?
McGuire feeling, is that Keith Olbermann? Just a little pressure as he continues to pursue Roger Maris.
But the risk of being ridiculed by Lou and Bernard, is that actually from last night? No. Or that's that old cut that's 5 years old?
Yeah. I don't know if it's 5 years. It's only been played like 199 times. It's only been played about 299 times.
Is that real, Breen?
Now it's McGuire.
Hey, dog track. Dog track time for this guy. McGuire also said that reporters wouldn't know a baseball if it hit him in the leg.
He said that last night, man. You know,
said he felt tired last night.
Addressing crime in the stadium, said, watch your wallet.
All right, I got to tell you, I'm real proud to introduce this next artist whose name's become synonymous with courage and integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, Sinead O'Connor.
Turn this up. Until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war until there's no...
In the morning.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah?